This is part two that kind of goes along with part one, where I was just speaking about officers wearing security cameras. And the Cayman Islands Airport Authority had a press release on May 13th, May 11th, okay? And this one refers to new security protocols that will be going into place at the airports. And many of you have heard many of you talking about this, where security officers will have search powers of vehicles when they come to the airports. And I personally feel that this was a good move also, because I have seen many vehicles that are at the airports at different times, and some of those persons, they come with their very loud music, which is against the law. You're only allowed lawfully to have your personal music at a certain decimal and volume, so it does not become a public nuisance to other people in the public outside of your vehicle. And I have seen people acting erratic, acting aggressive, suspicious, all types of other things have been going on. And we have to think of safety for passengers and our local persons living and residing on island also. So the press release goes on to say, the Cayman Islands Airports Authority, CIAA, announces new safety and security protocols at Owen Roberts International Airport effectively today, the 20th of May 2026. I get excited when I have to put the dates in there, because people need to be very aware of dates and how important they are. The new protocols align with overseas territorial aviation requirements established by Air Safety Support International, ASSI. Doesn't mean anything to you guys. In accordance with recommendations from the International Civil Aviation Organization, and are part of CIAA's ongoing commitment to maintaining a safe, secure, and efficient airport environment. That basically is saying our civil aviation here is a part of international organizations outside of the Cayman Islands, and there are things in place that if we want to remain a part of these organizations, we have to put in place also. And that goes along with that new system and those new devices that they have in there when you're outbound traveler, and those nice new machines like what they have at Tampa Airport and Miami Airport. So hats off again to our government for modernizing these things, you know. Under the new protocols, which come into effect again on May 2026, all vehicles entering the curbside area of the airport or in Roberts International Airport, and I do believe that means the airport in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, because they are a part of the Cayman Islands, may be subjected to visual inspection. That means officers and those assigned will be observing the vehicles visually, watching, okay, by trained and appointed CIAA security officers. Inspections may include full vehicle checks, including interior and storage areas. CIAA will work closely with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service where necessary. Albert Anderson, the Chief Executive Officer of CIAA, stated the new security protocols represent an important step in strengthening our overall security framework, ensuring we meet our regulatory requirements imposed by the CIAA by ASSI. That's just what I was talking about. Our local civil aviation being a part of international organizations and having to meet certain requirements in order to remain a part of those organizations. Members of the public are advised to ensure that no prohibited items are present in their vehicles. Don't carry anything that's out of the ordinary that you think may be at risk of you having your vehicle searched or called into question. That means no drugs, no firearms, No babies that are not strapped in or not wearing any car seats, or you know, cargo that's not properly strapped down. All kinds of stuff I'm thinking about. My brain is going all over the place. And so ensuring we meet our okay, I just read that. Members of the public are advised to ensure that no prohibited items are present in their vehicles while traveling to the airport. Prohibited items include but are not limited to flammable items and explosives. Why didn't I mention that? Flammable items could include fireworks, bombs, you know, anything that could explode, batteries that are not properly packaged or stored, and those sorts of things. And so this is also about people trying to do crazy, I'm going to use that word, crazy things at the airports that could jeopardize national security. That's the word I'm going to use. And national security means the security of the Cayman Islands and anyone coming in or out of the Cayman Islands or remaining here. The CIAA reminds the general public that they offer an alternative option to curbside pickup and drop-offs in the short-term parking lot. The short-term parking lot entrance is prior to the curbside checkpoint. Any vehicle entering the short-term parking lot can take advantage of free parking for the first 5 minutes. Who goes to the airport and park for only 5 minutes? Come on, CIAA. Be nice to the people. Anyway, what it's saying is that if you go to the airport and you don't want your vehicle to be under the monitoring eye of the guards, then park in short-term parking. I would even venture to say this will generate more revenue for CIAA, and that's okay, we need it. But if you feel uncomfortable that you don't want to park where on the curbside, or you don't want to stop near the curbside, and they could be called walking up to you and say, hey, I just want to look in your vehicle and see what's going on, you know. Remember, the important thing about this release and this new policy is that they have the power to do so. You should not resist. You should not decline. You should simply oblige after you ask what the reason. I'm not giving you legal advice, but this is what I would do. Ask officer, security officers are officers. Officer, is there a reason why you want to look at my vehicle? Is there something you're seeing? You know, you have that right to ask those questions, but they have the right to check your vehicles under this new policy effective today, which would have been 12 a.m. last night. Okay? So if you don't want that to happen to you, then go and park in short-term parking. And if you're there any longer than 5 minutes, it's not free. I think it's $2 between 5 minutes to 2 hours or 1 hour, something like that. And then the fee goes up. I should have looked that up to tell you that so you could be aware. But again, this goes into effect today. So all of you that I heard on the road complaining, you now have an option. If you don't want your car searched, go and park in short-term parking and pay that fee. Okay, good luck to you guys, and I will talk to you soon.